Hughson of LibertyGuard.org to talk about this and more. Stay tuned. It's the Alex Jones Show live. PrisonPlanet.tv.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds could become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
This message starts with a great offer from Big Berkey Water Filters, because we don't want you drinking dangerous water 1 minute longer. Right now, purchase any filter system from BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com to get your choice of 2 Berkey Sport bottles, a KDF shower filter, a set of fluoride filters, or our new sight glass spigot absolutely free. Why do this? Because over 60% of municipal water is fluoridated, and at less than 2 cents per gallon, Berkey Water Filters purify both treated and untreated water, removing dangerous chlorine, fluoride, and other contaminants. Big Berkey water filters are powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water, so they're perfect for rainwater collection systems and emergency preparedness. Remember, Big Berkey includes free shipping on every order over $50, and GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit BIGBERKEY waterfilters.com or call 877-99-BERKEY. That's BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com, or call today 1-877-99-BERKEY.
Strength, energy, and endurance are all synonymous with youth. Would you like to feel youthful again? Protein absorption and synthesis are at the foundation of strength, energy, and endurance. Insults to your intestinal lining from drugs, heavy metals, bad diet, and age can inhibit your absorption of amino acids from your protein foods. This causes your body to repair slowly and be prone to injury. By taking a highly digestible protein into your body, you can greatly increase your repair rate and energy level. One World Whey protein powder is more digestible than milk or eggs. One World Whey is the first ever truly unheated whey protein powder from grass-fed cows on the market. Whether you like to exercise, want more energy, want greater strength, or just want to feel better, One World Whey is a must for you to try. To read some amazing testimonies or to get your free report, go to oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworldwhey.com, or call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show, Friday, February 11, 2011. We're talking to Joe C. Hughson, President and CEO of Liberty Guard at LibertyGuard.org. And Joe just dropped the proverbial bombshell before the break. It turns out that the TSA does have 9 pages of information which were created at the height of the TSA backlash at the end of last year, which talk about Matt Drudge, Liberty Guard, Bob Barr, Alex Jones, and Prison Planet. Just as we said all along, the stalling in responding to this FOIA request looks like it was exactly that. It was designed to prevent the release of this information. Joe, do you think the TSA will basically be forced to release those 9 pages, and what's the timescale on that?
Well, that's precisely the work that we're doing at Liberty Guard, and I want to modify what I'm hearing you say as best I understand it. They have 9 pages that specifically regard this possibility of their kind of shutting down or standing down on these issues, and then of course we want to get to the bottom of the political possibility that they did this really from a political point of view as to a public safety point of view. The point regarding Alex Jones, Prison Planet, Matt Drudge, etc., is that they won't even do the search because they said there's not enough specific information, which is absurd on the face of it. And we're pursuing that, of course, to force them to disgorge what information they have about Alex Jones and Matt Drudge vis-a-vis this issue in those dates. And so I think we do really get a clear indication from them. They have information. They're not disclosing it. We're in a process of forcing them to disclose that. If we get through this administrative phase and it's not satisfactory, then Liberty Guard is prepared to take it to a federal court. That would be our remedy after this process. We not only, Paul, have filed the FOIA on the issue that we've been discussing, but two others. One of them intriguing, the other frightening. This one, what was called the Screening Partnership Program, which is a program where the TSA said to private airports, you know, you can use our TSA, and I believe those are union screeners, or you can use your own contract screeners, private corporations and companies that would put forward the screeners. And they did a study to see the effectiveness of the two different groups, and they hired a consulting firm called the Catapult Consulting Firm. They never disclosed the result of that, and we're confident that the result of that study is that the private screeners did a superior job to the TSA screeners. But we're forcing them to disclose that particular contract, and of course the taxpayers paid about $500,000 to get that study done. That's an interesting one that we're going to track. But the one I also wanted to mention to you, Paul, is the one that the Department of Homeland Security, none other than Janet Napolitano herself, Big Sis, is putting in place with, if you can imagine, their new partner, Walmart, their program called See Something, Say Something. Now imagine this. You're checking out at Walmart, and in line, you have a screen in front of you, and up comes Janet Napolitano, who gives you a lecture and a talk on national security and safety and terrorism, and tells you, you know, if you see something, you got to say something. And then you go along and buy your Coca-Cola and your beach ball. But you've just, in effect, had an indoctrination from the TSA and the Department of Homeland Security. We're really challenging that. That's actually in effect at 600 Walmart stores, and we want to get to the bottom. Joe, stay there.
We'll be back after the break. If you can hold over, we'll talk about it soon. Stay tuned. It's the Alex Jones Show live, prisonplanet.tv.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used Pure Soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother. Mainstream media. Government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
It's Paul Joseph Watson filling in for Alex Jones on this Friday, February 11th edition. And we're talking to Joe Seehusen, President and CEO of Liberty Guard, who, of course, are leading the fight against Big Sis and the TSA. Now, Joe was just talking before the break about how his group is looking to get more information on this study, which found that the private security that airports had hired were more successful than TSA itself, which is very interesting given the fact this week that John Pistole, the head of the TSA, has moved to block the ability of private airports from replacing the TSA with their own private security. Of course, a massive invasion of the 10th Amendment and states' rights. But Joe, after that, you were just mentioning the Walmart telescreens and Big Sis's message to shoppers. Now, what's your investigation into that concluded?
Well, again, I think if you look at all of these things that we're discussing, it's just a breathtaking, rapid deterioration of civil liberties. I mean, we're being assailed and assaulted as American people by these procedures. You just mentioned this, the private versus public and TSA, and this is this protecting a special interest group? In this case, the TSA unions. Is that what's driving this, or is it really public safety? And this Catapult Consulting study seems to address that. And our suspicion is it came out in favor of the private contractors, and perhaps that's not politically expedient for the TSA, but again, that comes back to the question of the safety of American people versus political expediency, and so that's a shocking revelation to me. And then we move along to Walmart, and now we're into Orwellian country of, people there buying their Walmart goods and looking up at screens and seeing Big Sis with a beatific smile, telling them to if you see something, say something. Are we now going to be reporting on and tattletales of our neighbors? Are we going to be kind of making stuff up? And I mean, we're all in favor of national security. Who wouldn't be? But at the expense of what? And our civil liberties, our freedom, our Constitution? No, thank you. That's not going to happen. This actually went into effect December of last year. It went into 600 stores. And if you go to the Walmart has this up on its own website, it says it's the first proud national partner with the good folks down at the Department of Homeland Security. Well, if they're the first national partner, first of all, they're a pretty big partner to get started with. I think every other store is going to really fall in line. And does that mean when we go to the grocery store, we're going to have Big Sis looking at us and wagging her finger and telling us exactly what we need to do? Is this, I mean, how far is this down the road of indoctrination and propaganda? This is surreal to Americans, and looking at this is the kind of thing that we are not accustomed to, and that we feel we really need to stand tall and get to the bottom of, and that's what Liberty Guard is doing. We filed this FOIA to say, geez, we need to know more about what this is, what kind of deals were struck. Is there any quid pro quo here? I mean, is there anything in this for Walmart? And if so, we'd certainly like to know about that. And kind of a summary statement that I would make to you, Paul, is that we've been actively involved in this at Liberty Guard, and really we've followed the TSA and Department of Homeland Security procedures, and we've kind of, as it were going through the front door, we've had that front door really kind of slammed in our face. I mean, there's an acknowledgement. We got 9 pages of information about this, and we're just not going to tell you about it. So what we're going to do, just to give you and your listeners a bit of a heads up, we have devised an additional way that we're going to be pursuing this, as we are going to continue to take the legal remedies, administrative remedies that are available to us. We have another program that we're putting into place that is also going to address this. And a specific thing, and we're going to come on Alex's show next week on an exclusive.
We'll see you next time, Joe. End of the segment.